Bet you didn't know there's a place where Kentucky football and basketball fans unite. Welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. Whether you bleed blue or just love a good game, we've got the latest stories, hottest takes, and a whole lot of hometown pride. Hit play and join the conversation. This is your home for all things Kentucky sports.
Welcome in, everybody, to episode 75 here on the Big Blue Breakdown. I appreciate you guys coming on here and listening. Yesterday as well, as we discussed a pivotal game and a breakdown for Kentucky versus Georgia with Kentucky Football Nation. Again, I appreciate you guys being on here and listening. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to help us out here on YouTube by subscribing, liking, and commenting. That's the best way to help out the channel. Also share if you like as well. Follow us on social media at on TikTok, X, Instagram. You're missing extra content if you don't do that. The @ for our social media is @BigBlue_B down. I appreciate you guys if you go follow us there as well. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about what if Kentucky beats the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, I kind of went back and forth on making this video or not, but making it because what if Kentucky wins? That's a big question. Like, how does that flip this season? And we're getting later in the season now where, okay, well, we're running out of legit opportunities to win football games. I'm not saying this is a realistic opportunity for Kentucky to win. I do think there's some factors to play in that Kentucky can be in this football game, but not necessarily to win. But what if they do pull off the upset? We've seen that it's not impossible. I mean, Alabama just beat them on the road. Now, I know Alabama is probably a much better football team than us, but we've seen them struggle. Okay, and there's some things that historically that we play them very, very well. So it's interesting to see there. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities, and any game isn't. So that's why I wanted to do this. So I wanted to kind of talk about the rest of the schedule and what if Kentucky wins this football game. How does that affect us? And how does that look moving forward? I appreciate you guys tuning in here to episode 75. We're going to take a quick break and tell you about our friends over at W Energy. Tonight, going to be doing an episode. Make sure to tune in there talking about Kentucky basketball tonight, but also tune in tomorrow for my prediction for this football game. I appreciate you guys coming in here and listening. We'll be right back here on the Big Blue Breakdown, episode 75. Hello, everybody. We wanted to take a break in this episode to tell you about our friends over at W Energy. W is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like any other energy drink. Some facts about W. Number one, it's zero sugar, artificial colors, or dyes, or hidden ingredients. It is also gluten-free. Number two, all flavors are unique and custom made by W. You'll never taste anything like a W drink. Number three, the drinks are $1 or less, guys. That is cheaper than Starbucks or any canned drink. Lastly, it is made in the U.S. It is close to home. Guys, if you guys are looking forward to going to a Kentucky football game or Kentucky basketball game and you need some energy, get W. W is the perfect thing for you working out and you need some energy. You need W. You need W throughout the day. It is for you. Use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off every single order. Guys, it not only just helps you guys be able to have a clean energy drink that you can use all the time with the tubs that they give you. It helps me and it helps the channel keep growing with you guys. If you guys do that, it helps us post more content and helps them, guys. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. But thank you guys so much for your time here. Please go check out W. Check out their website. And when you are about to purchase something, use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off your order. Welcome back in, everybody, to episode 75 here. So, going to be breaking down really the rest of the games and my percent chances of Kentucky to win, but specifically looking at What if Kentucky goes on the road to Athens, Georgia, in Sanford Stadium and beat the Georgia Bulldogs? How does that change the rest of the season and how we view it? So let's go ahead and jump into my percent chances of Kentucky winning the rest of their games. Yes, these percentages have dropped since last time. It's because of a Kentucky struggling in their game against the Gamecocks. But I will say this. If Kentucky, right now I have a 15% chance, because I do think he's going to have these guys ready to play. Specifically talking about Kirby Smart here. He's going to have these dudes fired up and ready to play. They're probably going to be mad about their loss, but I do think there's some factors playing here that can go Kentucky's way. So let's say Kentucky goes in here and beats a top 15 team in the Georgia Bulldogs. Well, after that, Kentucky would get a bye before they play Texas at home. And we're going to know a lot about Texas after the game here against Florida this week. And then I guess we'll be looking at their game. They play in the Red River rivalry before they come play us. So, I mean, this could be such a trap game for Texas. And we feel even more confident, obviously, if we were to go in here and beat Georgia. You start looking at this game like, okay, we can catch them off guard and possibly get a win right there. If we beat Georgia, I would say Auburn, Florida, and Louisville, obviously Tennessee Tech look very winnable at that point. So if you're able to still win here against Georgia, I would say the Auburn, Florida, Tennessee Tech, Louisville look very winnable. And then I think you can throw this Vanderbilt percentage up to maybe a 50-50 game once more. So let's just say they win this football game. They'd be 3-2. I would say they would probably get a win. I mean, predicting if we were to do that after, I would say they would get a win at Auburn. So that would be four. And I would say they would beat Florida, which I actually have us winning as of right now. So especially if we were to win this Georgia game, I would have us beating the Florida Gators. So that would be 5 right there. Obviously Tennessee Tech. That would get us to 6 wins. And I think Louisville is a winnable game right there. So that could put us at 7 wins. And then you got possibly a winnable game in Vanderbilt. Obviously we're going to know a lot more about them after this week when they get game day on the road at Alabama. So I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see what if Kentucky walks into Sanford Stadium and gets a win over the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, I only have this at a 15% chance right now. Again, it's because they're probably not too happy about their loss this week, but looking at this on paper here, I'll throw this up here on the screen. Breakdown here. The stats are in the favor of Georgia. Kentucky has nothing to lose. They have some things going in their way here, in the fact that so this game, 12 o'clock in Georgia, 11 o'clock kickoff for Georgia. Coming off a pivotal loss for this team. And we've seen around college football that when teams like this come off a win or a loss in a bigger game, they tend to fall off and not play as well in their next game. Third thing is, Kentucky always ends up playing this team well. And we've seen last year that Kentucky can move the football, and maybe Bush Hamdan schematically doesn't have an advantage, but has some things that can go Kentucky's way. So I like in that aspect. We always play them close. They're maybe a letdown after such a big loss at home. And then now I think we're kind of run under the radar here with after a loss to South Carolina, I believe. This can be a close game. And let's just, again, as we're saying, what if they win? I have these games. I'll go through these real quick. 35% chance against Texas. I haven't loved what I've seen for Texas. Maybe this will move up or down in the next coming of weeks. But 35%, I think that's realistic right now. 30% actually moved Tennessee down because, Tennessee looks absolutely amazing right now. We just can't seem to beat them ever. 40 actually moved the Auburn up 45% because their offensive line, this offense just looks horrid for Auburn. as of right now. 55% chance this moves down just because of how we played for Florida, but I still think that getting this game in November at home, I just don't think Florida's a very good football team this year. I do have them above us in the power rankings, but we do get this game at home. Give me Kentucky there, right there. Obviously, Tennessee Tech, they're actually solid, but give me Kentucky all day right there. Vandy, 40%. Now, I do say this is a 40% chance of us to win because this is going to be such a low possession game. This game may last a billion years. I don't know. But goodness gracious, there's not going to be a lot of opportunities for either team to score because both teams are going to want to slow it down. It's just going to matter who can score consistently once they get the football. And then Louisville, I mean, any rival game is going to be up in the air, but I mean, they have a nice comeback win against Pitt. It's just their lack of, I mean, their offensive line has not been good, and we can get pressure on the quarterback this year. Their defense looks solid. Again, we've been really, really good on the road. So I moved this down to 45% chance a rivalry game. I think boosts this about 5% either way that you look at it. But yeah, that kind of really sums up what I think about like the rest of the schedule as of right now. Again, if Kentucky ends up winning this game, you look at Auburn, Florida, Tennessee Tech, Louisville as, I mean, you can win those football games. Like, those are manageable wins right there. And then to me, you look at the Vanderbilt. That's probably a 50-50 game at that point. And then you look at Texas. Maybe we can catch them off guard after a game against Oklahoma. I want to pull up here. So Kentucky plays Tennessee right after that. And then also in that Texas game, it's going to be a home game at night. It's going to be the homecoming game. So fans are going to show out, and they're going to be coming off a very, very tough game against the Oklahoma Sooners, and probably a really, really emotional game, as rivalry games usually are. Looking at Tennessee here, I actually believe, I'm going to search it up here, I actually believe Tennessee would be coming off a game against Alabama, and they would at Alabama. So these games set up really, really nicely, and we would get a bye before Kentucky plays Texas. So you have 2 weeks to prepare for Texas as they play their rivalry game before that. So time to prepare, get this game at home at night, most likely, homecoming. It's going to be really, really interesting. Again, not really realistic to say that if Kentucky wins here, but like, what if they do? Then you're looking at if you were to win this game, you can look at the rest of the schedule and say, yep, there's a heaping path, a great path to 6 wins here, and possibly more. So that's what a win could do here for the Cats. Obviously unrealistic here, but speaking on like if an unrealistic win, if they were to win, you gotta love what you see for the rest of the schedule. I do appreciate you guys coming in here and listening to episode 75 here. I know it was kind of shorter, but kind of want to get right to the point here. What if Kentucky wins? And then what I kind of view the rest of the schedule is right now. View what the schedule would look like if Kentucky would walk into Sanford Stadium and get a win. They are big underdogs, but I think some things in some trends that we've seen maybe could go Kentucky's way. And then, but I do appreciate you guys coming in here to this one. Make sure to follow us on social media at BigBlue_BeDown. That's on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Also, help us out here on YouTube by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. It's the best way to help out this channel. And then help us out on Spotify by following there as well. I appreciate you guys tuning in here to episode 75. Catch us later tonight, and then catch us tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. I appreciate you guys tuning into this one, and as always, go Cats.